Hey, what's going on, guys? It's TwoShot here from TwoShotsGaming, and this is Nerded Out. This is where we help out, we do tech stuff, and we have fun while we're doing it, and sometimes we learn stuff. Hopefully most of the time. Today's something a little different. I definitely want to do this video a lot different, so bear with me. It's kind of like a test run for the first time. And I've been sick this week, so I wanted to give this some sort of shot and see what you guys think. This is going to be a build. Somebody left a comment. I don't want to say the name because I don't know how much they want this out there or not out there. But if you do, leave the build you're looking for or how much money you have to spend and what you're looking to do with it. If you want a game edit, games you want to be able to play, things you want to do in them, and I'm going to put the builds together for you. It's kind of for fun, and plus it helps a lot of people out there with pretty decent stuff, what they can do for their money. If you put down your idea for a build, or just say how much money you want, either way, because what I want to do here is put down their idea for the build, and then show you how I changed it to what I thought would be kind of better for their money. This is a little bit different. They have $900 to spend, but they already have storage. So I'm going to show you the stuff without storage. So that's going to be like $900. Then I'm going to add like $50-something more on to it with the storage. So if you guys are thinking about getting something like that, you can have the same build and the storage will come along with it. Alright, so let's get started. What we're going to use here is PC Part Picker. I'm not going to go too crazy over the parts. I'm just going to go nice and easy. So I got the two builds here. 955 build, that's my build, and their build was 900 because that's what their budget was. Even though it came out to like 781 when I put it together. But it is what it is, right? So, they have an Intel Pentium. It's a dual-core processor, 3 gigahertz, which is okay for gaming. It's not horrible. But I'm thinking if they wanted to play higher-end stuff, put texture packs on, you know, like, I think they needed something a little bit better. But we'll get you by with basic gaming at, you know, at a low level. But I think we could do better than that with a $900 budget. I put this cooler in there because everybody needs a cooler. I don't want you using a stock cooler. I don't, like, you could use the stock cooler with this processor, but the Hyper 212 Evo is like, it's a great cooler from Cooler Master. For 30 bucks more, you have to throw it in no matter what. Just keep it nice and cool no matter, like, however you want to do it. Alright, this is, Asus Micro ATX. It's a 1150 socket motherboard. Nice basic motherboard, nothing wrong with it, nothing really crazy about it, but still a good motherboard. The memory, I'm not sure if this is the memory they picked. Now I'm looking at it. But I think it was it Ripjaw or something else? I'm not sure, but the memory they picked was like around the same price. It's nice, decent memory, it's totally fine. And this is where they made a change. They had like, I think it's a 280X or something like that they had in there before. Or 270. I forgot exactly what it was. But they wanted to do was Zotac 970. With 3.5 gigs, however you want to look at it. Very good graphics card. A little higher than some of the graphics cards. But still a very good price and it's a very good card. For the 970. So I'm thinking that is very important to them because they just changed that. They actually messaged me back and changed that. The BitPhoenix Tower, it's a nice and white. Let me show you this, because I think this is the point. To me, this is how, like, they want to build the look. It tells me a little bit about them, the case they pick. It's a nice, clean, sleek. I'm thinking they want a nice, quiet machine. That's what comes off the top of my head. So, that's staying. So, when I looked at this build, I looked at it and said, alright, the case is... with the power supply, just real quick. They were like, it's like 700 something watts. I couldn't really find one, so I just picked a random one. So it was probably cheaper than that one, but I just picked the first 750 one I saw and just clicked on it. Because I couldn't find the one they had in there. And the operating system, I just picked up basic Windows 8 because they also put that. Most of the times people don't add the operating system, but it's... Alright, so that's kind of like everything they have, and remember, no storage. So to me, when I looked at this, I'm like, what's the most important stuff? This ain't really a badass processor, right? So I'm like, that really doesn't matter. The motherboard, memory, alright, you just want 8 gigs, so you want a pretty decent motherboard. What to me is what sticks out in this, when they told me what they wanted, was the case, because people like their style, so the case they pick is what they like, and the video card. Especially because you changed it. Those two things are kind of like a style, kind of, this is what I want. So, even though mine says 855, I just added storage. 955, I just added storage. So, pretty much the same build. What I went with the i5 4570. You can't overclock it, but it's a nice solid processor. It got the 4 cores. It's a little bit higher of a 3.2 gigahertz. You can get the better gaming on it. It's gonna be a lot better for gaming with higher texture packs and stuff like that, and you know it's gonna go up to a higher tier of that. And it can do a little bit of video editing, just in case. I wasn't 100% sure. I know it wasn't specified, but you know, some people might want to record their game sometimes if you want to render it. You got that little bit with the 4 cores in there. And trust me, this works out pretty good. Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo, we already talked about that. Very nice and quiet, good, efficient air cooler. Instead of throwing a water cooler on there, the case looks like it's all sealed up. There's no windows or nothing in it, so it's going to be nice and quiet. And we're going to keep it like that. The motherboard, it's a good solid motherboard. Let's get a pretty decent look at it. It's got all the stuff is like you need in a motherboard. You know, it's got some USB 3. It's got the PCI. It's a 4-channel, like a dual channel. You put 2 sticks in, 2 sticks in. So it can go up to like 16 gigs of memory. Very easy, just with a little upgrade. It's a really nice looking motherboard. And it does everything you have to do. It has USB 3, USB 2 over here. Whatever you need. So it's good. It's not like, oh my god, it's the best motherboard ever, but it's definitely a nice, solid, good motherboard. So let's go back. And then we got Kingston Fury series. I just kind of like the Kingston line for memory. I got Kingston myself. And you know, we kept it with the, you know, the DDR3 1866. That's going to help you. The speed's going to help you with the computer a little bit. You know, loading in those graphics and everything, the gameplay when it gets intense. So that's going to help a little bit. With 8 gigs, you should have plenty enough. If you ever want to upgrade, you can go to 16 later if you're really... But you don't have to. 8 should be fine. And the different thing in here, the storage, the Kingston SSD, it's a pretty good SSD. It's 120 gigs. You know, if you put your operating system on it, keep the programs limited. Internal storage, a Western Digital Blue. 5400 RPM should be okay for games. You can put Steam on here and then download all the games to your 1 terabyte, just in case if somebody else is trying to build this. So I left your little storage in here for them. You should be very lightning quick with SSD. And putting your games over on the hard drive and all the photos and all the stuff you do, you have a terabyte to hold a lot of stuff. You shouldn't have to upgrade for a while. And you get your Zotac GeForce 970 video card still. This is like perfect. You know, you're not really having a bottleneck either. You just have a nice, constant flow between your graphics cards and your CPU. Everything's working pretty good. You didn't go crazy high end, but you didn't go too low with that bottleneck could start. With a low-end processor and you got the high graphics card, you could see that starting to happen. But with this, it's a pretty good setup. You're not going to see that happen. And you got your case. Your case is your case, right? And we got a 600-watt power supply, 80-plus bronze, semi-modular. If you take we'll take a quick look at it so you can understand a little bit. Because if you're deciding to build it, it has your 24-pin connector and your 8-pin connector already attached. Right? But everything else is modular. When the wires go to your graphics card, all that stuff like comes right off the power supply in. So you should be good. It's not the fully high-end one, but you'll have more than enough power because when we looked at this build, I think it's only running maybe 300 to 400 watts off the wall. It doesn't say it anymore because now you put it into a build, right? Wait, maybe... Does it say it somewhere? No, it used to know. It used to tell you how many watts the build was. But I think it's way under that, so you have more than enough power. So I think overall, and you got your Windows 8 still, and I think overall, it's a nice little build. So I think this is going to look really good. All the parts inside here, nicely clean. There's no optical drive. For optical drive, you can add an optical drive for like another 20 bucks if you want, because there's nothing here that, you know, was specified about that either. So you could go for like a $960, $970, $970, something like that, if you want to throw an optical drive in there too. But overall, it's a really good, solid build. You have a lot of fun gaming. It's definitely have longevity for a couple of years playing games on very high settings. Well, maybe not very high settings, but very high. I want to say very high settings, but very good settings. You'll be able to play, enjoy all your games, and have a great time playing. Alright guys, so tell me what you think. You know, we work within our budget, and I think we did a pretty good job for the first one. Leave your comments, leave messages. What builds would you want? What do you want them at? And we can do more of these. These are a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun making this video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace!